The screen replacement for Sony Vaio model number SVE15128CXS. Today we're going to discuss how you would replace the screen for this model. First of all, the first step you would want to do is to take off the battery before you get started. So the next step after the battery is to remove the screws from each four corners of the screen. You'll take off the black kind of protective part and unveil the screws from each of the corners. All four screws, you want to undo the part of the screen from the base of the model. So you go through and just gently lift up the outer part of the screen. Make sure to get all four corners and gently remove this part from the screen. Be careful as you lift this part out. There are four screws at each of the corners of the screen, attaching the screen to the frame. So you're going to want to remove all of those four screws and gently do that. At this point there is some kind of pins that are attached, and you want to remove the piece of tape and then gently make sure that you take off that piece of tape. So after you have removed the old screen and put the new screen into the place where the old screen was, you want to make sure that you snap the part into place with the pins and replace the tape as it was before. Gently put the screen back into position where it was prior to you removing it. So and the frame kind of snaps back as it was before, and then it is secured by each of the four screws on each of the corners. When you're replacing the screws, you might want to make sure that you do it diagonally so that the screen is firmly attached by each corner. It makes things a little bit more secure. And obviously during this whole screen installation, one of the most important things is to make sure you keep your screws when you are removing them, as these are very crucial to replacing the screen. Once you've replaced all four screws on each of the sides, you can put the protective coating back in place, and that snaps back into place. So you can hear the snapping sounds along all the four corners. You want to make sure that is secured, and then you can do the last and final step after you've snapped everything back into place and it's secure, of putting the screws in. So again, you would just replace all four screws as they were in the screen before. Again, the diagonal method is used. Alright, and here's the last screw. We are almost done with our screen installation. Okay, and now the last step is to replace all four of the black protective covers over the screws. They kind of just snap back into place. Even if you have bigger hands. And the last one. We are almost done. Voila! Screen replacement for Sony model Vaio model SVE15128CXS. And the battery is the last step. Bravo! After you've removed all 4 screws that are attaching the screen to the frame, you want to gently remove the screen from the frame and put it down on the keyboard, but be very gentle when you're completing this step.